Hello, friends, and welcome. It's Katie here in a new guise, maybe. You haven't seen me with this background. And I have overcome lots and lots of struggles to be here, and I just want to connect with you today and say, hi, how are you? Just say hi. If you are struggling like lots of us are with lots of different things, it would be great just to connect and just to say hi. I have a new setup here. I have a new channel. You might not have seen this before. You might not have seen me before because I've been a bit, you could say, incognito, really, um, from being live on video for quite a long time. So I just want to chat with you about that, about struggles and, stuff. So before I carry on, I've got a really nice light that I've just been trying to set up amongst loads of other things, and it doesn't flash at all itself. It's just because it's reacting to my LED panel light, I believe. So just bear with me. It's really pretty, and also it's a diffuser. It's got a wax candle inside, not a candle with a wickless candle inside, and it smells lovely, so it's nice and relaxing. So that's actually a really good thing if you are nervous about going live. So do just say hi. um I I'm just going to move myself up a little bit, as I can do with the wonderful program called Ecamm. I'm feeling a little bit better this afternoon. Not better enough to put makeup on and make myself feel better in that way, but better enough to fiddle around with some technology. I don't know about you, but I really do like technology, but it can be massively overwhelming, and maybe there are struggles and things in your life that you're wanting to do, but you've procrastinated massively over it. Not because you're lazy or anything like that, just because it's just too much at the moment. And maybe you try and get somewhere and it just all becomes too much, so you park it. And that's what I've been doing with the camera that I've got. I have got a new Sony ZV-E10, Sony ZV-E10, ZV, I say because American spelling, the way they say that. And it's a fantastic camera. I got it secondhand and with no leads. And I've never used a camera for going live before, and I've never really used a proper camera, as it were, with that's got a million menu settings and stuff like that. So it's been a big learning curve, and I'm not there yet at all. You can see that my color, the quality of the color that you can see me in is a bit it's just not right, is it? It's not bright and vibrant. It's too washed out, so it's sort of over bright, but without the colours being as vibrant as they should be. I could also get a better lens for it, which would make things look better. All these sort of things. So I can totally understand if people want to show up on social media, that there can be big stumbling blocks that get in our way and completely can stop us. I don't know about you, but I'm somebody who struggles with exhaustion and a lot of health serious health problems, which mean that if we talk in the amount of spoons that you have in a day, the amount of energy that you have in a day, maybe you have 500 spoons. I know that sounds like a strange thing, but there's actually a thing called a spoon theory, that you have so many amount of spoons in the day. Everybody is different. They have lots of various energies. Well, I have maybe 10% of the average person's energy levels, and often I get migraines, and I just can't think straight or talk really. I can't do anything. So all these things are struggles, but we have to just try and ride pain as much as we can. And I'm talking to myself now, because last night, as I often do when I'm in a lot of pain and get a lot of frustration because I can't do things, it just comes out in tears because of the frustration and everything like that. So I totally understand. And we just move forward. I was saying to a friend of mine, Tim, often our moving forward isn't striding ahead and keep trotting forward in a straight line to our goal. Life isn't like that at all, is it? Often we will try and open a door and it shuts. We try again and it maybe slams in our face. So just have to be kind to ourselves, take some deep breaths, try not to get frustrated, and try and just move sideways one way a bit and see what happens. Sideways another way, and see what happens, and give yourself time to rest. Be kind with yourself. And with me, if I if I congratulate myself, that sounds like, oh yes, you're a wonderful person. I don't do that at all. But if I can just tick something off to say, yes, you've tried that, or given myself a little sticker or something, like a little star. I know that sounds pathetic, but if we're somebody who's struggling with lots of things and we get overwhelmed easily, or what we're struggling with is really hard, just encouraging ourselves in little ways like that, it can be so helpful. I'd love to know if you struggle with things and need that motivation, what you do. So that's what I do. So I bought this camera basically a year ago. And even though I love technology, I love going live, I love doing all these wonderful, assets here on the screen, and the wonderful sound effects and everything, um, all sorts of things. Woo, I'm rich. Even though I love doing all those sort of things, and it's actually a great deal of fun for me, it's hard, isn't it? It's hard, and for some of us it's harder than others. If you've got enough money to get somebody to set you up with all these things, then that's really helpful. If you've got enough money to buy a brand new thing with the instructions, all the leads with it, that's also brilliant. But some of us can't do that, and some of us just, struggle on and give it our best shot, and that's great. And so just take it in baby steps. Breathe deeply, maybe put it to one side a minute, and give yourself mini goals. Break your goals down into mini things and just give yourself a little tick, a little breath, a little time to have a cup of tea or something, and just, great, I've got so far, that's really good. If I can't get back to it for a while, let's try not to stress about it. So yeah, struggles and how we get over it. So that's one struggle that I've had over the camera, and I can't believe that I've actually found a lead at last. I can't actually believe this because I'm sure I found this lead before. And with a Think Media YouTube channel video, I've watched it about 20 times, but this time it seems to have worked going live with this camera. Woohoo! Come on, I need a sound effect, guys. I need a sound effect. Sound effects, where are you? Let's get a clapping applause. I'm going to just turn my microphone up. You probably can't hear me very well. I'm just turning my microphone up so you can hear me a bit better. Yeah, so that's been one struggle for me. Love to know what sort of struggles you are going through at the moment. If you want to send me a personal message and you don't want to type that in, I totally understand that. Another one has been that last year, just at the beginning of the summer, we had to move our 2 rooms upstairs, so I had to move out of my live video studio upstairs. Something to do with my health. Won't go into it at the moment. So I had to move my live studio downstairs into this different room where the lighting is totally different and totally awful. Really totally awful. So my Logitech webcam camera, which I've been using upstairs, which is not brilliant, to be honest. They're not brilliant, but they're better than old computer webcams. It just looked absolutely horrible, and with my health problems, I just thought I look dreadful. I just can't, it's just stopped me in my tracks. So I knew I needed to buy a light, so I then bought a big Neewer Neewer LED panel light. It's not the one that I wanted, which is the Elgato key light, and you'd really need 2, but we're getting there. I'd recommend, if you need a light, that you get an LED panel light that's fairly big. I got mine in the Black Friday sale, I think. They're not cheap, but Neewer is a really good make. Elgato is also really, really good. So I knew I could trust it. I was hoping I could anyway. And it comes with a brilliant stand that I'm absolutely thrilled with, which clips onto the back of this table. So I'm working on an IKEA sort of dining table actually here, a fold up dining table, and it clips onto it really well. So I need to move it to one side because my glasses, I have moved it and I have made it higher and slightly tilted, which is what you need to do, but you need to really have it one here higher and angled down, and one here higher and angled down as well. If you've got glasses, that's really important, because it is, yeah, here, it's irritating, isn't it? When I move my head, it's not too bad, but it's a bit irritating. The other thing that was happening with it is that it was this glass here, it was just like happened with this little thing when I had this on. It was glimmering, and that's really, really annoying for people. So that's another issue. So on the other side, I've got a big table lamp, floor lamp, big floor lamp, and the bulb in there is a warm coloured bulb. So at the moment it's a bit too warm. I've got the Neewer light set to the coldest temperature that it can be, and I've got this one which is a warm, so it's not creating the best image, as it were. I need to change some settings in the camera because that's too bright as well, And all these things they can just, there's a lot, isn't there? There's a lot. Great to see you guys. Hi, Tim. Great to see you. Can you believe it? I'm actually live, Tim, with my Sony ZV-E10 for the first time ever. And I'm downstairs in the new studio and it doesn't look too bad. Oh, it's taken enormous lengths of time to get here, and I'm pretty amazed, to be honest, that I am live, because I've had to cancel clients today because I've felt so awful. Great to see you, Joe. I'm glad you're coming back soon. We really are. Thank you so much for watching. Great to see you guys. Tim likes the on-air sign. Thank you so much. My hubby made that because this is another issue that you just have to sort out loads of things. So on the wall there, we've got a hole. And I was saying to Joe, who's on the live now, and to my hubby, what we're going to do with that hole. If we patch it up, it's probably going to show. So my hubby went up the stairwell and found a picture of us on our wedding day and wrote this on instead. I actually want it to say on the air, which would make a bit more sense because it sounds like I'm flying in the sky. I'm on air. Or something like that. So yeah, that goes there. And today I bought a little plant that I can have there. So we're getting there. We're getting there. But, you know, this journey has made me really appreciate all the worries that people have about going live. A lot of it is, I don't like the way I sound, I don't like the way I look, all that sort of thing as well. And the whole thing can be totally overwhelming and totally just stop you from doing it. So I just totally, I can understand a lot more people's struggles about going live. By the way, guys, Tim is a very, very good live coach, and he has a course out at the moment where he live coaches you in the most kind, friendly, fun way you could imagine on the earth. So if you need help over going live and you want somebody who's just totally real and honest and makes it fun and not heavy, and you know, he wouldn't tell you to buy a whole load of things. He wouldn't tell you to go out and buy Ecamm with all this fancy stuff, software, which is wonderful, and I find it great fun, but it is a whole nother big learning curve for people. So, you know, he would, you know, help you where you are. So my pleasure, Tim. I think what you do is really, really great. So guys, this is me, Katie, in my other guise as Down to Earth with Katie. The reason that I started this podcast and this live show is so that I could have a platform to help people with life and with natural remedies, natural ways, wholesome and Christian and biblical as well, things to just help us to feel better and look after ourselves, look after our families, grow fresh veggies, keep chickens and goats and donkeys if you want. I have an Etsy two Etsy shops that are linked with this, Faith and Homesteading and Keeping Animals, and just really fun sweatshirts and stuff like that, that I create on there, and also some lovely nature scenes with Bible texts in beautiful calligraphy over the top. So I do this as well as my live video and podcasting coaching alongside it, and it helps me, and hopefully it helps other people, because with chronic illnesses, they take up an enormous part of our energies and our life and our thoughts, enormous part. And there have been some Facebook groups who have been complete game changers for me, life changers really, and helped me so much. So I think talking in a really down to earth way can be really helpful, and I think we really need that sort of thing these days. So I'm looking quite a lot to one side, if you forgive me, because another thing that I've been doing is I've been setting up, I don't know where, oh, my phone has completely died. I could show you on my phone as a continuity camera, but it's just died. I've now got two monitors going on, which my hubby is helping me to set up. But they are like that, and I'm getting stands so that they're a bit higher as well, because you're up here in the middle and I'm looking down here. So forgive me if my head is down a little bit. It's much better to look at the camera, isn't it? So get in there. Another thing that I would love is a teleprompter, and get used to using that. But there are all these levels that we can surmount to improve our live videos, improve our videos, and it's all great and it's all really helpful. But we can, a lot of people have gear acquisition syndrome, GAS. They have gas and they get all the stuff if they've got money, and it's really fun, but it can just have the same effect as if you don't have money and you don't have the right gear and you feel it looks awful. It's the same problem. It can just be totally overwhelming. So it's actually really good to just give yourself time and the grace to be just fairly normal on live video and fairly basic on video, whether it's YouTube or whatever it is, and give yourself grace, because the most important thing is the way that we communicate anyway, and your character that comes across, and your community building. All those things are more important than all the fancy stuff. So thank you, Tim. You're shouting out to my hubby Peter. Yeah, he's very supportive. It's very hard for him because he's trying to deal with me with my major health problems all the time, and a bit of depression that comes with it when you feel you're in pain. It's very hard. So thank you. He does deserve a shout out. Tim's asking if I have a teleprompter, and it's something you've thought about getting over the years. Yeah, I don't, but I really would like one, because I really want to do YouTube more, but with the limited energy of not recording tiny little segments, working out what I'm going to say next, recording another segment, working out, so I'd really like to have one and use it well. Some people are a lot of people are quite robotic on it, and if it takes away your character and you end up speaking without any gaps and not being natural, looking this way and that, I don't think that's a very good thing. And also it's a big learning curve, but I've heard that the new Elgato one is very easy to set up, apparently. So yeah, it'd be interesting to try that. I don't think it's too expensive, and I think that you can use it with your phone or a camera or a webcam, I believe. So that's also really helpful to know, that you don't have to spend hundreds of pounds on, getting a iPad to go in it and stuff like. I don't think you have to do that. I think it's a couple of £100, maybe $300, something like that at the moment. It's an Elgato teleprompter. I can't remember what it's called. Shout out to Gas. Yeah, gear acquisition syndrome. It's fun to have all the gadgets, but if you're somebody who's not completely a tech geek and knows your way around a whole load of tech easily and absolutely loves, trying it without getting overwhelmed and exhausted, and you got the money, then why not go for it? But any normal person, I would recommend that you just start where you are and just be you and communicate with your audience. Be real. Have some fun. One thing actually that Tim teaches in his course is about having props. So he has some really funny props. I'm just looking around now to see if I've got anything remotely like a prop that Tim has, and I don't. I need to think about a prop that I can get for this show. But Tim's got like a squeaking chicken, rubber chicken that squeaks, and a screaming goat, and also, and it's hilarious. And we all know that he absolutely loves coffee, so he talks about being team coffee, and he's got a little Tim dance going as well. So he's absolutely brilliant at things like that, and that doesn't take any extra money or effort, things like that. So you can do it. Just be you, be real, create a vibe to your show, is what he's saying. So basically, I'm telling you to go and buy Tim's show, get on his course, go on his course. Hi Keith, great to see you. Keith says, where's my hat? That's a good point, Keith. Where is my hat? Well, I got my coat, and I could put my coat hat over the top of my head, but it wouldn't be my normal style of my trilby that I often wear. Where is my hat? I ought to leave one of my hats down here, actually, because I totally forgot about that, and that is one of my props. So thank you for reminding me, Keith. I totally forgot about that. I wonder what I could have as a prop that goes with the vibe of this show, which, if I turn on the sound effects, if I just show you the background, look, isn't that beautiful? And the mountains at the bottom, isn't that gorgeous? And if I just play you the music that I have for the intro and the outro, where is it? I'll turn it right down. It's really, really lovely, but I'll turn it right down so that you can still hear me. Right, so you should be able to hear me absolutely fine, and a little bit of soothing piano music underneath. So I don't think a screaming goat would work well as a prop for this. I need something soothing and relaxing. So maybe a coffee cup in my hand. I could make, I've got coffee cups that I could make. I could make one that said down to earth or something. Something that's relaxing. So I'm just going to mute that at the moment. Mute. There we go. Yeah, so Keith finds that funny. So Keith has a YouTube channel that's really good. He goes out and about as sort of a journalist, really, in his locality in north of England. more north than I am, and he's a great one to watch. He's often on YouTube. And Keith, I'm actually on YouTube, and I'm amazed you found me as well, because this is my different YouTube channel. So thank you for being here. And it's great to see you, Jenny. And Jenny has bacon as her thing. I didn't actually know that, Jenny. I think in the back of my mind, the back of my head somewhere, I've remembered that a little bit. But yours is bacon. Cool. Actually, Jenny, I adore Brussels sprouts. Do you? Um, I talk about Brussels sprouts sometimes in my live videos. And so people gave me loads of recipes, and I made a little recipe book of Brussels sprouts. So maybe you could do a recipe book about bacon at some point when you feel better. When you feel better, because you're going through a lot of difficulties, I know. Keith, so it's really nice to see you back doing a live stream. Thank you, Keith. Missed you. That's so lovely, Keith. Do you know, you guys are so completely amazing and so supportive. I just feel, I've had so many things that have sort of almost seemed insurmountable, but because I haven't had the energy or the bandwidth to be able to focus on them and do anything. And I really, really have missed going live. There's something very special about going live and being with your community, your supporters, and we all support each other. It's a really, I think it's an incredible thing, and that's why I love teaching live video. And right this moment, I'm absolutely amazed that I've been able to set up my live stream without it looking too bad. And I'm actually here. I can feel a whole load of inflammation in my body, so I've got to be careful and come off live in a minute. But it's just so wonderful to be here with you guys all around the world. Keith loves sprouts. Brilliant. No wonder we get on so well, Keith. That's got to be some sort of prop. Maybe I could get a stuffed, like, Brussels sprout toy. Maybe I could. I think that's quite a good idea. I might look for one, because I don't think I could keep Brussels sprouts on my desk without them getting mouldy and horrible, and that's not going to be a great look, is it? Yeah, so maybe I could have a little Brussels sprout pop-up on my live stream or something like that. So Jenny says the bacon is brought out when people get upset on my show, telling their stories. Ah, yes, that rings a bell. Isn't that brilliant? It's a great idea, because it just lightens everything, doesn't it? And helps people. You love my show background. Thank you so much. Actually, it is Brussels sprouty sort of colour, isn't it? The green and the yellow. I was actually quite inspired by Tim to create this sort of mountain background as my lower third here, because he loves, like me, getting outside, and he finds it really, really helps him, and so do I, and I want to help other people in that way as well, and give them a bit of that. So guys, you are amazing, and I am so pleased to, right at this moment, to have been able to go live and connect with you. And I really hope that can continue, that I can do this regularly. I cannot believe that I've actually got this camera set up and actually streaming without it going dead on me, or not working at all or whatever. Oh, it's a ride, isn't it? This life is a strange journey. I have a deep faith, as you probably know. I'm a pastor's wife, and our church is just. I'm pointing over here. It's just like 4 steps away. Um, and it's wonderful to, we don't have to go there to find God. Whatever we can, wherever we are, in the deepest part of the ocean or wherever. But my faith is paramount. It's the Lord has really continues to bring me through. And I trust in him. I've got him to trust in when I just totally don't understand what is going on. My brain isn't working correctly. I can't think straight, and maybe I'm a bit hallucinatory or whatever, just because of migraine or something. But I know that God is in control, and there is a reason for all these things, which I will find out at some point, maybe in eternity. So that's been absolutely wonderful. And Keith said you'd love to talk to me about your faith. Well, that's lovely, Keith. I'd be very happy to. I have to say that at the moment, and this may sound quite pathetic, really, but talking on the phone or interviewing somebody or being interviewed on a live show, anything like that, really exhausts me at the moment. It's a strange thing. If I've got enough energy to do this with me speaking basically on my own, then my brain can sort of have time to process what I'm saying, I think. And if I'm processing forward and back, it does sound pathetic, when I don't answer the phone and things like that, but I find that ultra difficult. So Zoom calls and things, even just sitting there, I find that absolutely exhausting. But I'm not trying to get out of it, Keith. It would be absolutely wonderful to chat to you. And yes, we will have to chat up soon. And there's a group of us who did what was it called? Live Every Day in April challenge last April, the leader challenge. And we're really great pals, and we connect on a really deep level because we've all been vulnerable on lives and trying to, we're pushing through boundaries in ourselves on lives and doing difficult things. So we've got very close. So we're wanting to all catch up, which will be really good. And Keith is going to sing on his YouTube channel. Did you know that? Keith doesn't know that. I was going to do at some point on one of my YouTube channels with Keith and our good friend Tim Heel, a good old sing song, and I just haven't been well enough to do it yet. So that's going to be in the works as well, which will be a great fun time, because you might not know, but I've got a master's degree in singing. I am a professional singer, and I used to lead lots of choirs, and I still teach singing, but I've only got 3 pupils now at the moment. I was teaching 100 pupils at once and leading 3 choirs a week as well, but it just got too exhausting. But I absolutely adore singing and teaching. So Keith said he's still looking forward to that. Well, Keith, I'm going to hold you to that. That will be great. We'll do that. And Jenny's been really encouraging in saying it will get better, sweetie. Thank you so much, Jenny. And, praying for you too. We do understand each other, don't we? With, all of you who are on here, we do understand each other, because we've all got quite major issues that we're struggling with and dealing with. So thank you guys. I'm going to love you and leave you now. I said that about a quarter of an hour ago. And Keith says he gets told to mime when he sings in church. Oh, Keith, that's horrible of people. Who told you that? God doesn't mind if you sound interesting. Right, so lots of love. Take care. Have a wonderful Sunday. And I really, really hope with your encouragement and with a little bit of energy that I can come on here live again next week and chat about something that's dear to our hearts again. And maybe I will be able to set up my iPhone, which I want to do, and point it downwards like this on my desk. And I want to just be able to make a couple of simple things, really simple things that will just help our lives, make us feel better. So that's what I'm wanting to do next. So any advice over how I can set up something for free? I know that one of our friends used a mic arm, a boom arm, you know, like I've got here, but I'm not sure I could do that because I got my microphone on the boom arm. Just need something that's going to hold my phone out of shot here, you know, just above my head, pointing downwards. I might actually have a tripod that does that, she says, rummaging in her IKEA desk somewhere. I've got a really good mini tripod. It might do that. I might try that. So anyway, guys, yeah, Tim's got lots of shout outs today and his screaming goats. So I'm going to get my Brussels sprouts somehow into this live video. I wonder if I can get a Brussels sprout sound effect. How can I do that? Any ideas, guys? Okay, take care. See you.